cream for the under eye area, where I clearly need the most help on. I also like it for the eyelids.
I'm gonna stop you right there. We just had this entire conversation about cutting the BS. Dr. Mike's nighttime skincare routine. He is a doctor, he is on YouTube, and if you haven't seen his YouTube videos, some of them are absolutely medically hilarious. And yes, he does have skin, but I am not a doctor nor a physician, although I am a medical esthetician and your acne big sister. I love to analyze, scrutinize, and learn from different skincare routines, and today we're gonna see what Dr. Mike decides to put on his face in the evening. And although he's a family medicine doctor, we're gonna see how much he really seems to know about skin and specifically cosmetic formulations. I don't know what his skin type is. I hope he's gonna tell us. Looking at his face, doesn't look like he has acne, but hi, hello, I do. I absolutely love analyzing the dead keratinocytes that sit atop other people's faces. So let's press play and do just that.
Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Mike Warshawski, and I'm about to show you my nighttime skincare routine. Let's get ready for bed.
Didn't know he had a last name. Obviously he does, but that just didn't register. Also, did they put a filter on him? Can somebody help analyze this with me? Is that a filter or like, is that... Skin normally isn't that poreless. That's all I'm saying at this point. Just continue watching.
By the way, you may be wondering, what the heck is this robe? Well, a friend of mine who makes these personalized robes made this for me as a joke. He saw my scrubs. He's like, I'm gonna make you the same thing, but in robe form. I said, well, if I wear a white coat in the hospital, I might as well white robe when I do my nighttime routine.
What would you do if like the family physician, if like the doctor in the ER showed up to you wearing a robe instead of a lab coat? That is what sleep deprivation actually looks like in the ICU. Let's hope it never gets to that.
My skin takes an absolute beating when I'm in the hospital, when I'm playing sports, I'm outdoors. It dries out, especially as I get older. No one likes to admit that, but being 31 years old, I'm starting to see more dryness, more flaking. This is a wall beard trimmer. And for me, I like to have my facial hair cut quite short, especially when I'm going on television or I'm seeing patients. Today, it's kind of a little bit longer. And why I do it at night, this is really interesting, is because I like for it to grow out a little bit in the morning so I don't look completely baby-faced. It gives you like a little bit of scrub.
Facial shaving is a thing, and fun fact, did you know that for doctors, medical professionals, or certain people like in emergency medicine, you actually have to have a facial hair or a beard trimmed in a certain way so that you can wear specific respirators, fun fact. Also, a lot of people don't realize that men's daily shaving is a form of exfoliation, and there are a lot of like beauty magazines that are always like, why is men's skin so soft? It's like, well, they're exfoliating it every day with their shaving routines. I am a woman who happens to shave my face as well. I don't use an electric razor, but I use like little handheld ones. And yeah, it's really good to do. But also, you are a skintellectual. You know that you shouldn't exfoliate and then go out into the sun. So it actually, from like a skin perspective, it makes a ton of sense that he would exfoliate and shave at night. And then actually in the morning, you know, have a little bit of a layer of skin built up. So he's not going in the sun and doing sports or work or whatever. And having that freshly exfoliated skin exposed to the sun. I just hope he wears a sunscreen during the day.
I like that this trimmer has very fine edges here, so it picks up even the small hairs. And then, even though I don't shave, I do use a bronze shaver to get the little areas underneath here just to clean up so you don't look messy. Keep it simple, and then I hit the cleansing gel.
They are totally using a skin filter. I just caught it. Look, especially around the hairline, it's a little bit more red, like Harper's Bazaar. I see you. Good editors. The editors, like I have to say, like this is some cinematic quality that we get to watch weekly here. I appreciate it. But the skin filters, I don't know. I've got my eye on you, blur filter at 32%. I just call it as I see it.
Step one, get the face nice and wet with a little water.
Oh my god, okay, so I am feeling a mix of anxiety as well as appreciation because I freaking love this Good Molecules Rose Water Cleansing Gel. It is vegan, it is amazing, but also turn the water off. When you are dispensing a product, when you are lathering it onto your face, turn off the tap. You don't need to keep it going. Protect our planet. Water is a precious resource and we shouldn't waste it. And this was drilled into my head as a child by parents who did not use the heater nor air conditioner nor let you take a shower that was longer than 10 minutes. So I obnoxiously bestow that upon others. Please save the turtles and the dolphins and yourself. Please turn off the water when you're not actively using it. Thank you.
Get a little 2-pump action in there. I'm also not a fan of showering at night, unless I just went to the gym. I like to shower in the morning so I can get the hair care routine going.
Showering at night versus the day, it's personal preference. Here's the real question. Do you wash your face in the shower, or do you wash your face before you get in the shower or after you get out of the shower? How do you do it? I was having this conversation with Dr. Kavita, she's a dermatologist, and Dr. Munib Shah, he's doctorally here on YouTube, also a dermatology resident physician. We get into fights on the internet, all in good fun. But now I need to know, do you wash your face in the shower or not?
Look, when it comes to cleansers, I try not to be that picky. Do be careful though, if you're using a cleanser that is exfoliating in nature, you're not using that every day or even twice a day, because exfoliators can actually do damage if you use them too often, so be careful with that.
Oh my god, we have golden words coming from the blurred, filtered face. This is so refreshing to hear. Yes, we live in an over-exfoliation nation, and from the exfoliating cleansers, to the exfoliating scrubs, to the exfoliation shaving routines, to the acids that we put on our face, we do live in an over-exfoliation nation, and it can do damage. Please check your ingredients, look for the actual AHA or BHA acids that are in there, look for any physical abrasion type things that might be contributing to that. Don't over-exfoliate, and you might actually protect your skin barrier and prevent from damage in the long run. This Rose Water Daily Cleansing Gel is actually amazing. This is from Good Molecules. I got it quite recently because Alexandra Anel, a makeup artist here on YouTube, made me buy it. It is phenomenal, and it feels so good on the skin. It is vegan, it is cruelty-free, and it does have rose flower water, not like pure rose oil or rose fragrance extract. You could technically call this fragrance-free, but you do have ingredients in here that could double as a fragrancing ingredient. Overall, this is a really great one. There's a little bit of pineapple fruit extract. I don't know how exfoliating that is, especially because it's at a very low percentage, but this is overall a very nice antioxidant cleanser. It keeps everything in balance. It does get stuff off my face. It's so cool to see a doctor using skincare that's not like, you know, CeraVe or Aquaphor. Like, don't get me wrong, CeraVe and Aquaphor can be great brands, but there is something to be said about enjoying your routine and choosing brands that help you enjoy the process of using them. Good Molecules is one of those brands that has funner branding, and it's so cool to see doctors who know that. He's not a dermatologist, he's a doctor, but still, this is awesome. I am pleasantly surprised. I did not have high hopes for this.
Now I'm clean, and a little pink, and a little red, and a little shiny, but that's okay.
He mentions this pink, red, shiny. Doesn't appear that he has rosacea. Again, he's the doctor. He diagnoses and treats. I do not diagnose. But this could be erythema, meaning a little bit of red flushing to the skin. Eryth and ema, basically this means redness. And if you just look at my face, check this out. 2 seconds, my vasculature is going to turn red. It'll go away in a second. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't sting. But for some people, even just touching their face can cause a little bit of red flushing. But again, don't go to me for that. Go to a doctor like Dr. Mike, or preferably a dermatologist.
Hydration time. You know, being a family medicine doctor, we actually have training in dermatology because a lot of what we do is screening and catching problems early, so you understand skin cancer and skin protection. That's why we're so vigilant about putting SPF on. But at the same time, it allows me to spot marketing gimmicks. So when a company comes in and says they're the next greatest thing, I can look at the science behind that and find out whether it truly makes sense or not. I will say there's a lot of lies on the market nowadays, so I try and use really simple products in order to make it less complicated.
We live for this! Like, this is music to my ears. I was not expecting to be this flabbergasted on a Tuesday afternoon. This is freaking amazing. Yes, there is so much bullshit in marketing, and we've actually done videos breaking down the facts from the fiction, what is all hype and what is worth the price. There's a lot of marketing bullshit, and the fact that he has taken the time to keep updated on that stuff, that is freaking amazing. That is awesome. And so is this moisturizer. This moisturizer is great. This is the Murad Ultimate Moisturizer. It's a little bit more on the pricey side, but Dr. Howard Murad himself is an amazing person. He started out in chemistry and pharmacology. Then he ended up working on the front lines in the war and decided, I don't want to do surgery on like a lot of traumatic things like this anymore. I want to do dermatology and help people. And now he has a product line and he does art. And this Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture, it is a really good one. Dr. Mike alluded to the fact that maybe he has dry skin. The main ingredients in this moisturizer, or the base, are pretty standard. But once we get deeper into the ingredients list, we realize that it is fortified and infused with some great great things. We have yeast amino acids, we do have some retinol palmitate, we also have some peptides in here which are phenomenal for the skin. Overall, this is not overbearing. It doesn't look like it would overly strip or irritate skin, but it has small amounts of these really great ingredients that can help infuse moisture, they can renew cellular turnover. If you have the $75 to spend, this is a great product. Murad, take my money any day.
Next up, I use my Murad hydrating cream for the under eye area, where I clearly need the most help on. I also like it for the eyelids.
I'm gonna stop you right there. We just had this entire conversation about cutting the BS in the marketing, and then Dr. Mike literally pulls out an eye cream that is the same exact base. It is almost a spitting image to the moisturizer. Look at this. Pull up these ingredients and look at this with me. When we look at this eye cream, again, the Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisturizer for Eyes, as you can see, they all start out with water, the universal solvent. Then we have C12, 15 alkyl benzoate, we have cetearyl alcohol, which is slightly different. We have glycerin, we have dimethicone. This is the same base. We have shea butter in here. We have the peptides in here. We have the yeast amino acids, slightly different, but it is pretty much the exact same thing as the moisturizer. The eye cream is 0.5 ounces for $70. The moisturizer is $75, 1.7 ounces. More than 3 times the amount for almost the exact same price for the same main ingredients. And yes, there are some different ingredients in here. They are not a spitting image of each other. It looks like the eye cream does have some algae extract. It looks like it does have some of these amino acids, but overall, these are very similar, and most eye creams are just overpriced moisturizers. Look at this, you're paying 3 times the amount for pretty much the exact same thing. If you have a moisturizer, it can go under your eyes. If you have an eye cream, it can go on your face. But people on the internet sit here and lie to you, telling you that the under eye skin is different, or the eyelid skin is so delicate it needs special products. No, that is bull, and they are trying to reach into your eyeballs, into your brain, into your pockets to get your money. Yes, if you want a different texture, you can go for a different product, but holy guacamole, is this marketing up the yin yang, and it pisses me off. If he wants to use an eye cream, that is his prerogative. But just know that, like, especially in this case, this eye cream is an overpriced moisturizer. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
A lot of people comment on my YouTube videos that they think I'm wearing eye makeup, like some kind of orange tone. Nope, that's just 10 years of medical education showing themselves on my eyes, so I'm hoping Murad can help me out with that.
God, is that not true? That's the other thing I freaking hate about eye creams. They'll sell you this little pot of eye cream and they'll be like, oh my god, this helps with under eye problems. And it's like, okay, well, what are you gonna help with? There's the color of under eye bags, but then there's also the physical puffiness, but then there's also fine lines and wrinkles. All of those have a different, like, pathology. All of those have a different reason that they exist, and they're going to need different ingredients to help with them. If you have wrinkles, use retinoids and these ingredients. If you have under eye bags, use caffeine and depuffing ingredients like a cold compress. And if you have pigmentation, use tyrosinase inhibitors that are actually going to help. We thought the TED Talk was done, but there was an encore. There you go.
The reason why our eyes look different colors sometimes, or at least our eyelids or under eye area, a lot has to do with the circulation in that area. So you have a lot of tiny blood vessels that actually are seen through the skin, and as a result you get interesting colors, blue sometimes pink, red, orange. Also really important is where the light is coming from will also decide how bad these shadows look. For example, the reason why people use fillers in their under eye area in order to improve bags or darkness underneath their eyes is because it pushes the area forward and there's less reflection of that light, less reflection of those small blood vessels underneath the eyes, therefore decreasing the darkness.
He literally took the words out of my mouth, and he has just exposed every eye cream marketer's before and after. These shadows, the contours of your face, vary heavily based on where light is coming from. And you know what? Look at the lighting in a lot of those before and after pictures. They all change. They're all different because they want you to believe that the after makes the skin look glowing and good because you use this product. No, it is lighting. Sometimes it's Photoshop and filters and photography. This is why the ingredients lists don't tell you everything. But you know what tells you even less than the ingredients list? The marketing claims. I'm gonna give it to you without the sugar, okay? That's not even good for your IGF-1 levels. So keeping the hyperglycemia at bay, making sure that you and your pancreas are taken care of. I'm not gonna sugarcoat the information. That's the end of this conversation.
You know, over the last 10 years, I've had certain problems with my skin, and when I was in medical school, I didn't really care that much about it because I was so buried in books or maybe spending very limited time with my friends. Now now that I'm spending time talking to you at home or going on television, I need to be careful about my skin because I want to look presentable. And I've tried to take more and more steps in learning about products that are out there, speaking to dermatologists. In fact, a good friend of mine, Dr. Bonasali, is one of the best dermatologists right here, right by my home. And I always ping him if I have any questions or if we get into little arguments about certain skincare routines. It's fun in the medical community to nerd out and talk about these subjects.
Actually, I want this banter between Dr. Mike and said dermatologist. Like, if that doesn't become a video collaboration in the near future, I will be disappointed. Please and thank you.
A lot of people don't make the connection that your overall health, your overall well-being can actually show itself on your gums. So for me, being stressed out, I've been using a little Parodontax for my bleeding gums. And then this is kind of a cool hack to share with you guys. If you're sleeping at night and you have a stuffy nose, whether it's due to illness, allergies, and you can't breathe through your nose, you breathe through your mouth. And as a result, you develop horrible dry mouth. You wake up feeling not so great. So for me, if that ever happens to me, I use like a dry mouth spray just like this.
So especially when it comes to oral care, yes, what happens in your mouth and what also happens like while you're asleep, what your brain is doing, all of this impacts your overall health, which yes, impacts your skin. I know a lot of people like to think of our body's organs as these separate systems, and yes, but also no. Your brain can't function if it doesn't have blood from the heart, right? But your heart can't pump oxygenated blood if it weren't for your lungs, right? And your lungs rely on your cranial nerves to make sure that those signals are sent to your brain. Like, everything is a beautiful system, and all of that does interact with and even rely on your skin to keep your body and all of your organs inside of yourself and to protect you from the outside world and microbes and pathogens. Your skin waterproofs you, and it also helps you feel things like temperature and pain and sensations of touch so that you can avoid bad things such as like a hot stovetop, but you can enjoy the great things such as cuddling a furry pet. Our skin is freaking amazing, and I could write a Shakespeare-worthy monologue to it, but we are going to avoid that today because Dr. Mike also drops some bombshells of, yes, medical information about how sleep impacts your life and your health and well-being, as well as circadian rhythms and why he sleeps on a temperature-controlled mattress. So I highly recommend watching the entire video on Harper's Bazaar and keep an eye out for that filter. Tell me if you see it. I am seeing it, and I call it as I see it. Fun fact, did you know that your acne big sister was actually one of the judges for the Men's Health Grooming Awards? I was so honored to be asked, along with other dermatologists and skincare experts, to be a judge and to be one of the people who helps choose the best products for men's grooming in all of 2021. The article is in Ask Men, and I've left a link to that below if you want to check it out. And yes, this includes not only shaving options for men, but it also includes oral care and acne care and all of the things that skin and grooming needs to look and feel its best. If you haven't checked out Dr. Mike's channel, I am personally a subscriber. I find it to be very educating and entertaining, and I will be checking Dr. Mike's comment sections to see if you are requesting this banter between Dio and Derm, because I am waiting for it. Make sure that you like and subscribe. There's more reaction videos here, and I cannot wait to see you and your beautiful epidermis in this next video. Love you guys. Bye.